welcome back to my YouTube channel. Good to have you with me again for round 11. Quick update from last week. How'd my team go? Once again, not very well. So this is my team. These are all the scores that they got. And across the board, it's not bad. But the two things that are missing really are my two decent fullbacks. So Ponga 33, Edwards 40. You compare that to a lot of people who've got Drinkwater and Pappenhausen who absolutely smashed it out of the park. A lot of people captained him. What it means for me is that I am falling off the back of the pack quite badly. This is my overall season rank, and it's just in free fall at the moment. So I've really got to do something to arrest this slide, and I'm going to wait for another week at least. I'm not going to pull the trigger and bring in those two fullbacks that I mentioned, just because neither of them are playing the round 12 bye. And look, these two are probably both playing Origin, but there's a chance that Tedesco gets picked for New South Wales instead of Edwards. So I'm just going to hold the trigger on him, and I'm going to hold Ponga for this week because he's got a great matchup against the Eels, so he could go large this week. But then after that, I think I've got to try and find a way to get Pappenhausen into my team, even though he's going to be incredibly expensive. But that is my problem, not yours, unless you also, like me, don't have him in your team. But let's have a look at round 11 teams and what we're going to do this week. So the first game, there's a new player here called Fletcher Hunt. He's debuting for Newcastle. There's pretty big reps on him, so I'm not going to get him this week, but he's probably someone I will bring in for the round 12 bye. Nothing else really to speak of, other than the fact that Dylan Lucas is not in my team, but he is going to be in my team by the end of this week. Next matchup, so the Dogs have got the Roosters. I've got a few Roosters in my team who I'm a bit reluctant to play against the Dogs because the Dogs are all conquering and high flying. I did bring in Jacob Kiraz into my team last week, which I'm happy about. Thinking about Connor Tracy, but I've got other trades that I need to make ahead of that. What's the next match? So not a whole lot doing for that match or that match. Tom Turbo is someone who is on my radar. If he does not get picked for New South Wales State of Origin team, then he could be a good one to bring in for round 12 as well, in addition to those two other fullbacks that I mentioned. Who's next? Sharks and Storm. So for what it's worth, my opinion, which isn't that valuable anymore, I don't think, given where I am, but in my opinion, I think this will be a pretty tight and low-scoring game. So, like I'm saying this out of hope more than logic, but he might not go enormous, and I say out of hope because I don't have him in my team, obviously. And I think generally players from this match might not score particularly well because I think it might be low-scoring and hard-fought. Just my opinion. On to the next match. So again, I've been rating the Broncos pretty highly, and they've been continuing to disappoint. But this is a match where I think again they can go large. Let's see what happens. But I'll be obviously playing Payne Haas is in my team, potentially captaining him if I can. Depending on how my vice captain goes, which will be Ponga for the week. The other good captaincy option is not in this match, but the following match, which is Terrell May against the Bunnies. In this match, not a whole lot doing. And then the final match of the round is this one where I think Terrell May is a very good captaincy option if your vice captain hasn't gone that well. All right, so in terms of the trades I'll be making this week, so I skipped over this match, and I probably shouldn't have, because there is some news out of this match, and that is that a very popular player in Matty Nicholson is out long term. He's been replaced in the starting side by Zach Hosking. So for me, it's going to be a straight swap, Hosking in and Nicholson out. And the other trade I'm making this week was in the first match of the round, which is the Knights. So again, is not a long-term injury, but a medium-term injury, about 4 weeks for Greg Marzu. He's in my team. He goes out, and in comes Dylan Lucas. So those are the two trades I'm making this week. I hope you found some insight and wisdom that could help you with your team selection this week. And thank you for watching. I'll see you all again next week.